Welcome back, everybody, to another exciting night of Purdue hockey. Tonight is senior night down at Bulldog Arena in Crown Point, Indiana. We're going to get set with some senior night celebrations here. We'll be back in a couple minutes. I'm going to leave the sound on so that we can honor our seniors who have spent our time here. And if you can't hear them, I'll announce it myself just so we get everybody recognized. We'll get set here in just a couple minutes.
Graduating seniors. My name is Dave Apple. I'm a former coach of the Purdue Boilermakers. I retired last year, and when I got the call from Coach Nelson to come and pay respect to our seniors, I said absolutely. These boys have been a huge part of my life and a huge part of our program and are a major reason on why we've been so successful as a program these past 2 years. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our first senior, number 89, Stephen Lukes.
First senior, number 89, is Stephen Lukes.
Stephen is a senior from Bloomington, Indiana, and has been a member of the Purdue hockey program for 4 years. A civil engineering major, Stephen plans to become a licensed professional engineer after graduation. This season, he has also served as the club's treasurer, helping support the team both on and off the ice. One of his favorite memories of the program is the 2024 Florida trip. And despite all his accomplishments, he still can't find a job.
That is Stephen Lukes and his parents, John and Nicole. Lukes is a civil engineering major. He is also the secretary of Purdue hockey.
When you come to the ice, when you came off the ice in dry hockey when you were 6 years old, we could not have anticipated the amount of passion you would have for the sport. We're proud of all the hard work you put in over the years to accomplish your goals and take the play at the next level. We hope that you take that passion with you and your endeavors beyond the ring. Thank you, Stephen, for everything that you've done for Purdue hockey.
That is number 89, Stephen Lukes.
Stephen Lukes plays a special part in my heart, too. I had the opportunity to coach that young man from a freshman in high school. It's just fantastic to watch him play, him as a hockey player and as a young man. And I'm anxious to see what he's capable of accomplishing going forward. Next up, we've got number 42, Mr. Drake Ott.
Number 42, Drake Ott.
Drake is a defenseman from LaPorte, Indiana, and has spent the past 2 years with Purdue hockey. He's pursuing a master's degree in electrical engineering and plans to continue his career as an officer in the United States Army. Once again, one of his favorite memories with the program is last year's Florida Gulf Coast.
Drake is pursuing his master's in engineering. Spent the last 2 years with Purdue hockey. And plans to be an officer in the U.S. Army.
Drake was an excellent acquisition from West Point and another shining example of the quality young man that we have in this program. Drake's wife, first I have to say, the first player that I've got to coach that actually has been married. Drake, you're an amazing man with an amazing hockey career. I've watched for the last 8 years. I may have missed the catching of your high school senior night jersey, but I'll never miss the chance to see you play the game you love so much. It fills me with joy and pride each time you play, and I love that you get to wear a jersey with our shared last name on it. I'll forever be cheering you on all your endeavors, even the cold ones. You got that today. Thank you, Grace. Next up, our captain, number 53, Ben Toby.
Number 53, Ben Toby, Purdue's captain.
Ben is a power forward from Latona, Texas, and has been a member of the Purdue hockey program for 4 years.
He's been here for 4 years and captain for 2.
Finance and plans to obtain his
He majors in accounting and plans to
One of
get
his
his CPA.
favorite memories with the program is the Arkansas bus trip. Troy is a defenseman from Plymouth and has been a member of the
Number
Purdue
five,
hockey program for 3 years.
senior
He's
Troy
majoring in
Kirk
film and video production with plans to
wants to go into
pursue
film and video production.
commercially after graduation. Troy currently serves as a team president, leading the program both on and
He
off the
serves
ice.
as the team
One of his
president.
favorite memories with Purdue hockey is traveling to Florida last year to play FGCU. Crazy thing about Troy, favorite meal, sushi. Never knew that myself. Troy, from your parents. Troy, we are so incredibly happy that you made the team at Cobb. Not only are you smart, determined, very compassionate man, you also know how to have fun and have a great sense of humor. We couldn't be more proud of you, Troy. Thank you for everything you've done for Purdue hockey, Troy. Number 14, Nash Cheslock.
Next up, number 14, Nash Cheslock.
Nash is a center from Carmel, Indiana, has been a member of the Purdue hockey program for 4 years. He's majoring in agricultural
He's
economics
been
and
for
plans
4
to
years,
pursue
and agriculture
coronavirus
economics.
right after graduation. One of his favorite memories with the program is the team's first nationals trip during his freshman year. Fun fact about Nash is that he can deadlift 600 pounds. And his advice to future players is to have fun and show up, because it does go so fast. From Nash's parents, Steve and Kristen, it's been so fun watching you from the time you first learned how to skate 18 years ago all the way to now, playing at the college level. While it's sad to see it come to an end, we're excited to see what's next. I'm so proud of all that you do and who you are. We'll always be your biggest fans. Love, Mom and Dad. And a special thank you to Nash Cheslock, as he is also serving in our National Guard while attending college. Thank you for your service. Wearing number 40 is Benjamin Polster.
Number 40, Ben Polster.
Ben is a goalie from Cleveland, Indiana, has been a member of our program for 4 years. He is majoring in aeronautical engineering and technology and
Ben
plans to
is our
pursue a
goalie,
career
or
as
one
an
of our
air
goalies,
mechanic after graduation. One of his
in
favorite
aerospace
memories with the
engineering.
program is going on the road trips with the guys. Fun fact about Ben is he keeps a deck of cards wherever he goes. And his advice to future players is to make sure that they celebrate the win victories. That's the kind of guy that Ben is right there. From his parents, Katie and Wade Dickman, we have watched you grow from a mini Mike with cold hands who refused to leave the front of the net to a young man who follows apart and achieved his dream of playing college hockey. The road has not been always easy for you, but you have handled it with determination and dedication, and we could not be more proud of you. Stay true to yourself and keep doing great things. We love you. Thank you, Ben, for everything that you've done for Purdue hockey. Number 4, Jake Pickett.
Now, number 4, Jake Pickett.
Jake is a defenseman from Frisco, Texas. He has been a member of the program for 4 years. He's majoring in mechanical engineering and hopes to work with design digital racing.
Jake's been a part of the program for 4 years.
One of his favorite memories with the team was receiving the Secret Santa gift from Chessie during his first year on the team. Jake has been to over about 50 concerts, and his advice to future players is to enjoy the commute to practice with the guys, because great memories are made there. From Jake's parents, from the first time we taught Jake skates to age 4 to watching him play at Purdue, hockey has been
number 4, Jake Pickett.
And last but not least, number 43, Matt Wheeler.
Last but not least, number 43, Matt Wheeler.
That's one of our Swiss Army knives playing both forward and defense, and is from Fort Worth, Texas. He's been a member of the Purdue hockey program for 4 years. Matt is majoring in aerospace engineering and plans to pursue a career in propulsion engineering after graduation.
He is a aerospace engineer as well.
Programs fully
One of our
funded
Swiss Army knives, as our commentator Dave Apple has said, playing both forward and defense.
The fun fact about Matt is that he has explosive handler training, and his advice to future players is not to overexert yourself and make sure you enjoy the first 4 years. For Matt's parents, Tom and Jennifer, this has been your passion since you were 5 years old. We've loved every moment of watching you play. The practice, the trips, the tournaments, the meltdowns, and the triumphs all lead to who you are today. Purdue hockey has been the cherry on top. Well done, Wheels. Thank you, Matt Wheeler, for everything you've done for Purdue hockey. You have been transformative for this program.
Number 43, Matt Wheeler.
And to all the families and fans who joined us tonight, thank you for your continued support of Purdue hockey. Your time, commitment, and encouragement mean more to this program and for these players' enduring success. To our seniors, thank you for everything you do for Purdue hockey. Your dedication, leadership, and love for this program have helped shape our culture and leave a lasting legacy to those who follow. You'll always be a part of Purdue hockey, and I wish you nothing but success in what comes next. Thank you to everyone, and lastly, boil the rock!
Thank you to all of our seniors, and we'll get ready for some warm-up action here at Bulldog Park. It's been a crispy 14 degrees here, or 60 degrees, pardon, tonight in Crown Point, Indiana. It's going to be a brisk one, but the Boilermakers seem to show that that had no effect on them yesterday, as they had a commanding victory of 8-0 over the Cincinnati Bearcats. They're going to look to repeat that victory tonight. We'll be back here in a couple minutes. We'll get some warm-ups done and through. And my name's Aiden Protney. If you enjoy the stream, please let us know. Reach out to us at our Instagram or Facebook. We like reading those messages. We like seeing them, and we will take any feedback that you will be able to provide. We'll be back in just a couple minutes after a quick warm-up. Here we go tonight in Bulldog Park as we get set for opening face-off. And the goal for your Boilermakers tonight is going to be number 30, Andrew Mitnocht. On the opposing side, the Cincinnati Bearcats are going to give the nod to Seth Batcher. Seth came in last night as a replacement for John Brian Russo. We get set here at center with Cheslock to take the draw for the Boilermakers. Backing him up is Troy Kirk and Jake Prescott. Opening faceoff sent out to the right side. Sent deep into the Bearcats zone by captain number 53, Ben Toby. Bearcats are going to look to try and get back some of the offensive momentum they couldn't create last night. They try a shot from the wing, knocked away by Jake Pickett. Toby able to get the flip up, clear the zone, force the Bearcats to reset. Bearcats on to keep possession on the sideboards, trying to get it poked away by Cheslock. Bearcats trying to push it past the zone, no one quite there to receive it. They're going to have to force to reset. Oh, big collision at center ice as Pickett goes down. Whistle blown, out of play. We'll go to a neutral zone draw. Maricina to take it for the Boilermakers. Puck dropped, sent out to the side. Cincinnati's going to bang it in. Ott looking to send it out. He's going to get Campagna on the left. Campagna looking it out. Good interception there by the Bearcats. As they get in front, try a shot wide. They're going to look for the wraparound. Mitnocht's there. Here's Campagna sending out to center ice as Chan gets the breakaway. Chan tries it in the boards. It's Damian Chan as opposed to Andrew. Here comes center ice. Shot taken on Mitnocht, quickly glove, play stops. Minute and a half gone in the first period. All the offensive pressure's been on the Boilermakers so far. Mitnocht making 2 saves. Ready in the Boiler zone as Byrne takes the draw. Out on the left side now, Bearcats looking to find a way in, unable to do so as they get pressed along the boards. Looking for pass lane, they're going to the right side wing. Takes a shot, knocked off the stick of Owen. Got to Mitnocht, wasn't able to go. Boilermakers fight up the right side. Here's Kim. Kim leaves it for Owen, who fights along the board. Knocks a man down. Bearcats look to recover. Boilermakers looking for a shooting lane in. I'm going to do so. Forced back to the blue line. And chipped in deep. Here's Toby. Toby pressed along the boards as Pickett comes to help. Puck's in all the way out to the west side as Owen's able to keep it in. Boilermakers fight to keep it in the zone. Owen along the blue line, right side. Passes over to Toby at the center. Toby's going to look to shoot, not finding a way in. Pickett's going to send one in low, knocked away by Batcher. Boilermakers in full control here as Pickett sends another one close to the net. Send it out wide. Bearcats clear the zone, send it all the way back to the Boilers. They're going to regain control, try it on the close shot on Mitnocht, unable to find it, sends it out wide. Here's Pickett along the boards. Pickett flinging, looking for the bank pass. I know I'll find one. Toby's able to recover. Toby looking for a lane out, pestered by the Bearcats. He sends it behind him for Pickett. Pickett pressed along. Young tried to flick it up and out, unable to find it. Toby back behind his own net, giving a little trouble. Aided by Young. Here's Pickett. Looking back behind the boards and is knocked down. Owen able to clear the zone. Flicked it up high. Wheeler got a hand on it. Kirk able to regain control in his own zone. Pass it out to Doucette, back to Kirk at center. Kirk looking for a way out, finds Doucette on the left. Bearcats doing a good job forechecking, able to keep the puck in the zone. Here's Kirk to Wheeler. Slap shot taken on Mitnox. He's able to make the stop. Boilermakers struggling to clear the zone as of late. They had a good minute-long offensive pressure, but it's been in their zone for the majority. They're able to clear the zone back to center ice. As the puck clears the Cincinnati zone, Young's got a 1-on-3. He's going to try centering shot to a teammate, unable to get the pass across. Fighting along the Bearcats bench now as they try and get the puck out. They're going to be able to do so. Cincinnati clears it all the way back down to the Boiler zone. Back to Kurt in front of Mitty. Kurt looking for a way out. Send it to Doucette. Doucette flips up ahead, looking for a teammate. He's got Toby, or Farb, pardon. Farb going to try the low shot, send it out wide, knocked away by Batcher. Trip and fall at center ice as Purdue gains control. Luke sends it up ahead, looking for Farb, sends it a little too hard. Goring to chase along the boards. Back at center ice now. Purdue's looking to try and find the first goal of the evening. As they chip it back to the Bearcats side, and they'll go. Bearcats looking for a way back in. Steven Luke's giving them trouble. Looking for the centering shot. Boilermakers able to clean the zone by Ott. Ott tries flinging it in close, sends it out wide. Graff along the boards, trying to fight to keep the pressure alive. He's going to be able to do so as Toby chips it in deeper. Sent out of play. 4:15 left in the first period as the Boilermakers and the Bearcats have both had opportunities on the goals, none getting best, both tender so far. Maricini's line out now to take the draw. Puck won by the Boilermakers. Pickett's going in to chip it in deep, trying to force to keep it in. They're going to be able to do so. Here's a quick shot, sent back behind the net. The Boilers score. Quick little wrist shot there by the Boilermakers, forcing it past Batcher. Goal scored by number 8, Maricini. Boilers take the 1-0 lead at 14:05 left in the first period. Back at center ice, Maricini to the draw. Cincinnati wins it out, pushes it back to their zone. Boilermakers take a quick recovery. Here's Owen on the right side. Owen flicks it in deep past Batcher. Batcher's going to look to cover and get a stoppage of play.
Purdue goal scored by number 8, Nico Maricini, assisted by number 10, Joey Campagna.
Campagna gets the assist. Maricini gets the goal. Pickett flicks it in deep, trying to fight in the center zone. Able to get it into the Bearcat zone now as Cincinnati recovers. Boilers going for the partial change. Here's Chan. Chan looking, trying to find a way out. Gets it to Byrne, who's going to be able to get it back to the blue line, unable to cross. Flicking it back to center now. They're going to take a shot on Mitnock, send it out wide. Campagna trying to fight it. Bearcats regain control, try and flick it up high as bodies fly. Here's Pickett back behind his net, sends it up looking for Damian Chan. Chan slipped up as Pickett flicks it past the blue line. Here's Pickett looking to flick it up ahead. Sends it all the way back down to the Bearcat zone. No icing, they got a hold of it. Puck flinged all the way back down. No icing blown. They got there first. Puck's all the way back to neutral ice. Toby giving them trouble. Bearcats regain control in their own zone, trying to flick it past. They're unable to do so. Intercepted by the Boilermakers. Finally get it back to center ice. Here's Kirk. Kirk flicks ahead. Hard pass looking for Young. Here's Toby. Toby trying to get it through. Gets picked away. Pucks it all the way back to the Boiler zone for Doucette to chase. Bearcats doing a good job poke checking. Sends one in close to Mitnock. Trying to get a pass. Blown stopped. Looks like offsides was the call there. Young to take the draw for the Boilermakers. Ott and Graff back behind him. Puck one out by Young. Chan to chase. Andrew Chan. Ott chips it in deep. Lays out a Bearcat. Flicks it in deep for the Cincinnati to chase. Bearcats fighting along the boards, trying to get it out. Chan's there to give him trouble. Cincinnati looking to flick it up towards center ice. Ott's able to get the quick takeaway. Ott flicks it in deep towards Batcher, who's going to cover. Ott laid out a man right after the pass. Boiler bench is loving it. Batcher making another save, letting only one behind him so far. Young to take the draw for the Boilermakers. As they get set, sent out to the boards. Boilermakers fighting behind the net, trying to get it out. Cincinnati looking to center it out, get it to center ice. They're going to be able to do so. Boilermakers doing a good job keeping control as Cincinnati is not able to get it out of their own zone. Cincinnati able to clear the zone, get it back to center ice. They're going to try and get past without the whistle blown. Purdue doing a good job. Here's Cheslock along the boards. Cheslock looking for the centering pass. No one there. He's going to take it behind the net. Giving trouble and pressed along the boards as they send it out wide. Here's Owen. Owen flicks it in close. Batcher making a good save there. Kicking it away. Cincinnati tries for the fast break. Owen there to break it up as Mitnock knocks it away. Farb out to the right side to Owen. Owen loses control. Gets it back out into the Boiler zone. Here's Pickett. Pickett looking ahead, gets poked away. Whistle coming. There's a delayed penalty as Batcher goes to the net, and we'll get a stoppage of play. We'll go on a Cincinnati power play. Number 4, Jake Pickett going to the box for the Boilermakers, waiting on the official call. Cincinnati went on the man advantage once last night, not able to make anything of it. We'll try and do so tonight. Ready for the draw for Byrne. Puck drops, sent out to the blue line. Interference is the call on Pickett, as he will serve too. Cincinnati find some center ice. Gets it poked out to the blue line. They're going to try for a low shot on it. Not goes wide. Here's Toby looking for the clear. He's going to be able to do so as he takes a hard hit into the boards. Purdue coach Matt Nelson looking for the call on the boarding. Toby knocks another man down. Kirk looking for the clear. He's going to be able to do so. Got tied up with another man. Bearcats looking to get back in the offensive zone and make more of this power play they've been awarded. Here's Byrne at central ice, sending it back down close to Kirk. Kirk sends it out wide to Doucette. Doucette looking, going to be able to clear it all the way to center ice. But here come the Bearcats. They get a reset and get a quick change. 51 seconds left on the power play for the Bearcats as they have had one shot on goal. They're going to chip it in deep for Kirk to chase. Kirk able to get a good clear of the zone all the way down to Toby back behind the Bearcat net. He's going to have to fight for it, though. 30 seconds left on the power play. Ott takes a big hit down in his own zone to stop the breakaway. Here's Graff to Damian Chan. Chan gets a good clear for his brother Andrew to try and chase. 6 seconds left as the Boilermakers have effectively killed another power play. They're going to look for the quick break to Andrew Chan all the way back down. Andrew along the boards. They're going to try. They tried looking for the tip in by Maricini, unable to find a stick. Maricini's knocked down at the dot. Fighting on the boards now to Cincinnati guys, knocking down Maricini. They're going to get back to the blue line to Graff. Graff tries it in low, looking for the tip off from Maricini at the point. All the way along the boards now, get it back to Ott at the blue line. Ott trying to get it in close. Maricini's not able to hold control. Puck flinged all the way back down to the Boiler zone as Graff is there along the boards. Bearcats trying close in attempt on Mitnock, who goes wide. Bearcats trying to get in close. Boilermakers giving them trouble. Good poke checking there by Graff and Ott. Bearcats try and get a close and shot campaign. His leg goes in the way. Here's Farb along the boards. Farb looking for a way in. He's trying to get wrap around on Batcher. Batcher's there, gets a stop. Good positioning there by Batcher, expecting the wrap around, and he gets the save with the leg and covers up for a stoppage of play. Stephen Lukes to take the draw for the Boilermakers. He had 2 last night. He's going to take it again for the Boilermakers. Sent out to the boards behind the Cincinnati net. As Purdue takes a shot on Badger, it's knocked away. Owen fighting to keep possession. He's not going to be able to do. And they keep it in the zone. Goring tries it in low. Yeah, it's a good opportunity there as Lukes was right at the point, ready for it, but Bearcats get the clear. It's going to come all the way back down. No icing, didn't go far enough for Pickett to collect. Back to neutral ice now. Bearcats regain control. 6 minutes left in the first period. Here comes Lukes. Lukes is going to have a chance. He's going to try it in. Almost gets past Batchers. He's able to knock it out and wide. Good save there by Badger. Pickett all the way up to the right side to Owen. Owen's looking for a way in. He's going to try and gets it back behind the net, and he scores. Aiden Owen from the dot is able to get it past Batcher. Boilermakers lead 2-0. Owen's able to bury it for make it 2-0 Boilermakers. 5:50 left in the first period of play. Boilers making another statement here tonight as they get ready at center ice. Byrne. If we remember from last night, the Boilermakers took a 3-0 lead in the first period alone, increasing it to 7 after the second and finishing up with 8. Here's Doucette along the left side. Doucette tries for the cross-ice pass, looking on Batcher, tries on him, gets behind him, and he scores! Purdue scores back to home once again past Batcher. Little bit of kerfuffle as Kim's able to knock it in for the Boilermakers. Number 28, Tay Kim, bearing the third goal for the Boilermakers with 5:28 left in the first period of play. Ben Toby gets the assist on that goal, scored by number 28, Tay Kim. Little bit confusion. They're looking for the puck. Man going off the ice for the Bearcats. Coach Dave Apple comes, a retired coach Dave Apple for the Boilermakers comes out. As a Bearcat comes off. Coming off the ice for the Bearcats is number 3. Back at center ice now, Boilermakers take the draw. John Byrne, he's going to flick it back into the Cincinnati side. Flicked it back in now, Kirk flicks it up deep. Boilermakers able to clear the zone, take it on to Batcher. Puck tried chipping in deep. As they try another one on Batcher, he's able to clip it away. Here's Kim. The Bearcats try for the breakaway. They got 3 men on them. Gets broken up by the Boilermakers. Back at center ice now. Kirk flicks it in deep. Here's Chan. Chan flying in, looking to poke it in. Ott gets it back at center ice, flicks it up high, trying to get it back in for Andrew Chan. Cincinnati unable to make much offensive momentum. They had a good couple minutes earlier in the game, just fighting to get back into the zone. Here's Graff along the blue line, trying to chip it back in for the Boilermakers. For Wheeler to chase. Wheeler looking for the centering shot, tries it on Batcher on the close side, unable to find a hole as Cincinnati's able to clear as Ott is going to flick it back in. Puck sent down to center ice as Graff makes it out. Sent all the way down to Ott. Ott flicks it up towards center. Knocked down. Try to get knocked down by Bearcat. He takes a spill. Here's Chan. He gets knocked down. Wheeler sent on the right side of the point. Tries a shot on Batcher. Sends it up high and wide. Here's Marasini along the boards. Back along the boards now. Bearcats try and fight it. Get in close and pass it. Knock. They score. Little bit of a scuffle. Here's Chan. Takes exception. Bearcats able to bury one, break their 11-0 uninjured streak on the weekend. As a little scuffle happens, the Stripes will sort them out. Looks like they're going to take some men off for it. They're going to take both Chan and a Bearcat. Apologize on spacing on the name. I don't have it here on my score sheet, but that'll be number 28 for the Bearcats. He's going to the box, accompanied by Andrew Chan. They're going to take both 2 minutes. Three to 1, Boilermakers lead. As we'll come down to the We'll go back to center ice for the draw. I apologize. They take off Cincinnati's goal, calling it a no goal. Boilers regain their perfect streak as they're going to take away the Cincinnati goal. .302 left in the first period of play. Marasini to take the draw. They're going to go some 4-on-4 play for a while. They're 2 minutes. Marasini take the draw in the Boiler zone. As Bearcats win it out, send it to their blue line. They're going to try it in close. Marasini's there to get a body in the way. Here comes Damian Mung. Mung's got the fast breakaway. He's going on his backhand side. Gets it in the stomach of Batcher, who makes a good stop there. What an excellent stop by Batcher. Dangerous situation there for the Bearcats as Damian Chan had the fast breakaway on his backhand side. Batcher makes a good anticipation and gets the stop. Going back to Marasini at the dot. Puck sent back behind the Bearcat net. They're going to fight for center ice, get it swiftly taken away by the Boilermakers. Here's Owen. Owen's going to try and get it in close. Tries a shot on Batcher, who sends it out wide. Bearcats fighting to get it back out. Minute 23 left on the 4-on-4. Here come the Bearcats as they get it back into the Boiler zone. Stephen Luke's along the board trying to get it out. Here's Damian Chan. Gets it in deep as Chan. Along back behind the net, clicks it out to Luke, who shifts it back in. Boilers regain control in their own zone as they go for a change. Here comes Farb and Lukes. Fighting along the boards now. Farb's going to try and get it in close. Looks for the wraparound, not able to find one. Sends it back to the line to Kirk. Kirk tries it in low, gets it past wide in the net. 30 seconds left on the 4-on-4 as Chan and the Bearcats serve there too. Here's Lukes. He's going to try it past, sends it out wide. Here's Cincinnati pushed along the boards by Farb. Farb's going to try and look it in. He's going to look for a passing lane, not able to find one. 5 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Gets it all the way the other side as they give back to center ice and the penalties are neutralized. Andrew Chan comes back at 1 minute remaining. Tried it on Batcher, sends it out wide. Here's Young along the boards. Boilermakers trying to find a centering shot, not able to get one. As Andrew Chan presses along the boards. Here's Doucette. Graf gets it in. He's going to try a low wide shot, unable to get to the net. Here's Channel on the board, sends it wrapping behind. Boilers done a good job on that 4-on-4, keeping it in their offensive zone as they're still able to do at full strength. Here's Graf at the blue line left side. He's going to chip it in deep back behind the net from Young. Young's going to try and find a lane, looking for a chip in, unable to find one as the Boilermakers are forced to reset. Bears get a badly needed line change. Ott tries the shot, blocked away. That'll be the end of the first period here from Crown Point, Indiana, Bulldog Park. My name's Aiden Rodney. We'll be back after a quick intermission, cleaning the ice. Bulbs always, Boiler up. Welcome back, Boiler fans, as we get set for another period of Boiler hockey action here at Bulldog Park in Crown Point, Indiana. It's been a brisk night here. Boilers took a 3-0 lead in the first period, mirroring what they did last night. They're going to look to build on that here, coming in the second, finishing out, rounding out in the third. It is a crisp 17 degrees here in Crown Point, Indiana. It's a little bit chilly up here in the broadcast booth. I know I'm freezing, so I know it must be much colder down there. Hope you all are staying warm back at home. We'll be back in just a couple minutes for the opening face-off. Batcher back in the goal for the Cincinnati Bearcats. Andrew Mitnocht on the other side for the Boilermakers. We get set here at center ice. Puck won out by Cincinnati as they send it to center ice, looking to push forward along the boards. Boilermakers regain control in their own zone as they fight towards center ice. They're going to look, try and find a shooting lane, unable to find one as they send it towards center. Here's Kim trying to fight off three men. Owen gets it back to the blue line. They're going to try for a close-in shot, unable to get it all the way through as Kim was in the way. And here come the Bearcats on the left side, try for the fast break. They're going to try and get a man in the way, with Toby in the way. Cincinnati looking to regain control in the Boiler zone. Boilers coming off the right side. They're going to try a shot into Batcher's chest and get a stoppage of play here as Batcher lays on top of it. A minute gone in the first period. Both teams had an opportunity. Batcher's going to lay on top of the second one. Young to take the draw for the Boilermakers. Wins it out, sends it to the blue line to Kirk. Kirk sending it off hard pass the other side to Doucette. The Wheeler along the boards. Cincinnati trying to regain control. Andrew Chan got it back behind the boards, gets it back behind the Cincinnati net. Cincinnati able to clear the zone, sends it back to center ice where Chan chips it back in. Batcher comes out, gives a good stop for his teammate. A quick shot there taken by Chan, sends it out wide. An excellent opportunity, wasn't able to get it on goal. Chan back at the blue line now, tries it in, shot Chan into the chest of Batcher was Doucette. Back to the offensive zone draw for the Boilermakers as they go for a quick change. Maricini to take the draw for the Boilermakers. Puck drops in front of Batcher. For Campagna to chase. Sends it back behind the net to Maricini. He's going to look for a wraparound, try and find somebody at the blue line. Changes it a quick shot to Batcher, who's going to try and cover. Damian Mung in there giving trouble. Gets pushed down into Batcher. They're going to call a man off. Batcher seems to be all right. Got laid on top of. As Boilermakers will get a play.
get a power play opportunity. They were able to capitalize on most of their opportunities last night. They'll look to do the same tonight. That'll be number 18 going to the box. Peyton Bray for Cincinnati. Bray will serve two. Those Boilermakers go on the man advantage. Puck dropped one. Press along the boards. Owen sends it out to the side to Toby. Toby back to the line to Pickett. Pickett all the way on the other side to Owen. Back to Pickett. Interference is the call as Owen looks to push in a shot towards the center, unable to find anybody. Cincinnati's going to look to try and clear, unable to get a good stick on it. Burn press along the boards, trying to get it out to his teammate. Kim to Owen. Owen back to Kim. Kim's looking for a way in. He's going to send it to Owen on the close side. Owen's going to get in close, sends it on Batcher. Tries to get a quick poke in. Tries, almost gets it in. Oh, Batcher was out of the goal. He almost got it past him. Unable to do so. It got kicked out to center ice to Pickett. What an excellent opportunity there for the Boilermakers. Unable to capitalize on it. Minute left on the power play. Here come the Boilermakers. Making a good opportunity as Young fights along the boards. Young sends it out to the side to Wheeler. Wheeler back to the point to Kirk. Kirk sending out to center to Doucette. Doucette tries in the long shot, blocked away by the defenseman. Here's Toby along the boards looking for a route in. He's going to take it to the top. Sends it out to the side to Kirk, who loses control. Cincinnati's going to be able to clear. Claire sent all the way back down to Mitnocht. 30 seconds left on the power play for the Boilermakers. Doucette regains. Doucette sends it up close to Myung. Here's Wheeler. Wheeler gets a chip in. Cincinnati takes it away, takes it behind the Cincinnati net. Here's Myung. Wheeler sends it to Kirk. To Doucette. Sends it in close to Chan. Chan rips up high. Kirk tries it in close again. Badger knocks it away. Puck's it up and cleared back to even strength. Cincinnati looking for a quick break, poked away. Chan able to get the clear. All the way back down to center ice. Boilermakers going to try and make a fast break of it. Chan gets pressed up along the boards. Here come the Boilermakers. Try for the odd man rush. 1-on-3. Wheeler sends it out to center, looking for somebody there. Not able to find someone. They send it in close. Steven looks with a wide shot. Chan back at the blue line. Dekes out to the right. Another deke there by Chan as he loses another man. Back behind the net now. Cincinnati's looking for the clear. They're going to be able to find it as Ott was there to keep it at center ice. Puck's in all the way back down to Doucette. Gets it off his stick, send it down deep to Cincy side. Tried it in close was Lukes. Not able to get it past Batcher. Lukes in another side. Back to center ice now as Boilermakers flip it in. Cheslock goes for the reset. Puck sent back, trying to find a way out. Cincinnati's having bad trouble. Good forechecking by the Boilermakers. Here comes Cincinnati along the left side. They're going to try looking for a centering pass. They'll find a stick of an ally. They punch it in deep behind the Boiler net. They're going to try it in close on Mitnock. Boilermakers able to take it away. Puck's up and out of play into the Cincinnati net. 14:26 left on the clock. 3-0 Boilermakers. Damian Chan to take the draw for the Boilermakers. Lost it out to Cincinnati. They're going to send it back behind the boards. Cincinnati trying to get some shots on goal and able to find one. Boilers take it away. And here they come fast along the left side. Looking for Damian Chan, trying to find another back of the net. He's going to try and find a way out. He's getting pressured by two guys. They're going to find it towards the center. Here comes the defenseman to help. Sends it out left side. Here's Pickett, unable to keep it in the zone. Boilers are going to be forced to reset. Maricini runs in. Damian Chan fighting hard along the boards as they try and keep it in. They're going to be able to do so. Campagna, a good choke check there by the Bearcats as they're able to prevent the open ice. Big hit from the back as Boilermaker takes a spill. Boilermakers have it left side, looking for the tip in from Campagna. Oh, excellent opportunity there. Good save by Batcher as he had him on beaten on the other side. Batcher was too quick for him, able to get in and get the save. Bearcats send it up and out. Here comes Campagna, tries, looks through the wraparound. Batcher got a leg in front of it and gets a good stop. Batcher's been excellent here in the second period, making some good key saves to help him out. Batcher's been quick and not able to let any of them in. Or go to the offensive drone draw for the Boilermakers. Back to the dot, Cincinnati wins it out. They're going to send it back behind their own net, looking to clear the zone. Cincinnati's going to try the break on the left side, pass out to center, poked away by Byrne. Here's Doucette, sends it out to the side to Kirk. Kirk looking ahead, gets it on the stick of Byrne. Byrne not able to keep control. Offsides waved off as Cincinnati gets the reset. Boilermakers fighting furiously to get it out of the zone. Here's Kirk, flicks it up and out to center ice, knocked down by the Bearcats. Since he goes for the partial change as Kirk has it behind his own net, sends it outside to Doucette. Doucette flicks ahead, looking for Toby. Toby gets it to center ice. Toby poked from left, right, and center. Here's Byrne along the boards, chips it in deep. Toby giving him pressure along the boards as Boilermakers go for a change. Boilers to center ice, looking for the chip in and get it back. They're going to continue the pressure. Since he regains control, they're going to fly up the right side, going out to left, dekes out to the left, loses control. They're going to flick it up into the Cincy zone. Since he gets it back to center ice, they're going to push in. Ott lays a big man out on the right side. Boy, the Maker bench loves it. Chan pressed along the boards hard, and here come the Boilermakers. They got a one-on-two opportunity here as he comes firing in. Looking for the shot, tries it on Batcher. He gets down the butterfly, makes a save on Wheeler. Wheeler with an opportunity there. Batcher was too quick for him. Here comes the Bearcats pushing on left side, looking for the wraparounds. Unable to find anybody. Passing lane sends it back to the blue line. Back to the blue line. He's going to look to try and send it in on Mitnock. Mitnock makes a save. Boilermakers get it back to center ice. Here's Wheeler. Wheeler looking for a centering lane. No one there. Here's Lukes trying to find it back behind the net. Lukes to Farb. Farb misses it. Cincinnati pushes it back to center ice. They're going to break left side. Back behind the net now as Cincinnati looks for the passing lane. They're going to send it in back behind again. Here's Farb to Owen. Owen up back to Farb on the left side. Cincinnati regains control, tries the shot on Mitnock. Mitnock makes a save. 10 minutes gone in the second period. Since he has not yet found any at the back of the net once on these Boilermakers. Forced back into their own zone. Whistle blown, stoppage of play. Tension's high here at Bulldog Park as both teams taking shots at each other. Lukes will go to the box for the Boilermakers. They're going to send another man for the Bearcats. Number 89, Steven Luke serving 2 for the Boilermakers. And Caden Lyons for the Bearcats is also serving 2. Get some another 4-on-4 opportunity for both teams. Boilermakers fighting behind the Cincinnati net, trying to get it ahead. Pressed along the boards is Damian Chan and Andrew Chan. Here's Kirk. Sends it outside to Doucette. Back to Kirk. Kirk looking for a lane open. Whistle blown. Stoppage of play. Whistle blown once more. 30 seconds into the 4-on-4. Damian Chan's going to get sent for 2. We'll have some 3-on-4 action here, as number 11, Damian Chan, takes another 2 for the Boilermakers. Sent down to the other side. Boilermakers win out the draw, send it back behind their own net as Doucette looks to clear. Not going to be able to do so. They got a Cincinnati man in the way. We'll have a minute and 30 of a 3-on-4. We'll have a minute 49 of the man advantage for Cincinnati as they send one on Mitnox. You got a man in the way. A good defense today there by the Boilermakers. Yeah, the Boilermakers come on their own side. They're going to try to get a shot on Batcher, and they get it in the shorthanded. They shorthand on the 3-and-4. Purdue buries it. Number 53, Ben Toby. Making it 4-0 Boilermakers. 8:59 left in the second period. Purdue buries the 4-3 shorthanded goal. Puck won out by Cincinnati, back in their own zone.
Purdue goal scored by number 53, Ben Toby. Assisted by number 74, Thomas Doucette.
Thomas Doucette picks up the assist as Ben Toby's goal. As Kirk has it in his own zone, looking to clear, he's going to be able to do so. We got 45 seconds left on the 3-and-4, and we'll go to a Cincinnati power play. Puck's out to the right side of Cincinnati as they look to push into the offensive zone. Good poke there by the Boilermakers. Reverses on them, gets us into the Cincinnati zone. Dangerous situation there. Lane open. Good clear there by the Boilermakers as they are able to get it out. They go for the quick change as Ott comes out for the Boilermakers, accompanied by Maricini. Maricini, Ott, and Toby on the ice for the Boilermakers. 4 seconds left till we're on a 5-on-4. Lukes races out of the box for the Boilermakers, gives them some trouble, gives a quick takeaway. Lukes looking for the quick clear, is going to be able to do so. 18 seconds left on the man advantage for Cincinnati. Cincinnati looking fervently to get back in the zone on the 4 seconds they have left on their power play. Tries a shot, sends it up high and out. Good kill and taking advantage of the quick break. Boilermakers score a shorthanded on a 3-on-4. Buried it by captain number 53, Ben Toby. As Purdue makes it 4-0, 7:23 left in the second period. Puck drop sent out behind the Boiler net to Graff. Graff looking ahead, gets along the boards. They're going to look to clear. Here's Campagna, back at center ice, sends it to the other side. Cincinnati collects back in their own zone as Maricini gives them trouble. Here's the Bearcats in their own zone trying to keep it in play. They get a good clear. Damian Chan trying to keep it in. And Campagna to assist. Sends it all the way back out to center ice after a board battle. Here's Chan. Chan sends it up along the boards. Quickly shot back by Cincinnati, and they're going to go try for the break. Good forecheck by the Boilermakers as they are able to clear it back out to center ice and up and out of play. We'll go back to the dot after a puck was flinged out of play. 6:13 left in the second period. Back in their own zone now, Cincinnati clicking, tries on shot on Mitnox, who covers. Good save there by Mitnox. He's able to get it into his chest and force the stop. Go back to the dot. Puck ready to be dropped, sent back behind the Boiler net. Since he tries to get it in close, unable to do so. Boilermakers trying to effectively clear the puck. They're going to be able to, and they're going to try for the press fake on the left side. Here's Cheslock, tries it up high. Cheslock, not a good angle there, but still tried the shot. Sent along the boards. Here's Farb. Sends it out to Lukes. Luke's looking for Cheslock along the inside. Unable to do so, and they're going to fight in. Here's Owen, chips it back in. Farb. Here's Farb on the right side, almost all alone. He's got a 2-on-2. Tries, get it off the stick, and up and out of play. Another opportunity there for Farb. Just got off the stick of a defenseman. Sends it up and over. As we'll go to a Cincinnati zone draw. Taking the draws burn for the Boilermakers. Here's Kim. Back to the line now as Doucette tries to fire in, unable to do so. Here's Toby, tries for the quick poke. Oh, the Cincinnati goaltender was out of the net. Lucky there wasn't a man to get a stick on it, as it was an excellent opportunity for the Boilermakers. Here's another opportunity as Batcher comes out of the net, tries to knock it away from Byrne. He does. And Cincinnati's going to look for the clear. And they get it. All the way back behind the net now, as Cincinnati looks to find a way in front. All the way back down. Here comes a fast break for the Boilermakers. They're going to try and get it past Batcher. Oh, unable to do so is Kim, as Batcher makes a clean stop. What an excellent opportunity there for Kim. Batcher just got him beat on the left side. .423 left in the second period. Boilermakers lead 4-0. Taking the draw is Myung for the Boilermakers. Puck cleared all the way back for Graff to chase. Graff looking to the other side, sends it along the boards to Ott. Here come the Boilermakers, another fast break on the right side is Chan. Chan tries getting to the other side, unable to do so. Tries to look for the centering as Batcher was on the ground. A lot of fast break opportunities for the Boilermakers, unable to capitalize on some of them. Buck sent up and out of play. A little bit of chirping coming from the crowd. They're loving the action. Batcher making some good saves on his part in the second period of play, only letting one behind him. Here comes the drop from Aracini, who's going to send it out to center ice. Cincinnati recovers. They're going to look to push forward into the Boiler zone. Good deke right. Well, lose control after a big hit by Chan. Puck sent all the way back to center ice as Chan lays him out once more. Good checking there by the Boilermakers as Maracini gets it up ahead to Damian Chan. Chan's got a 1-on-2. He's going to try and fire, sends it into the glove of Batcher. Boilermakers putting up a good offensive effort here in this game as they lead 4-0. Puck drop, 1 out by Cincinnati, sends it back behind the net as Batcher looks to clean it up. Here's Cincinnati trying to clear it out. They get it back to center ice, the left side. They're into the zone. They're going to try and fire on Mitnock, just sends it up out and wide. Here's Damian Chan trying to push it away. A little under 3 minutes left as the board battle continues. Owen fighting to get it out. Cincinnati looking to create some offensive momentum. They've had none thus this weekend. Good block there by the Purdue defenseman as they get it into the zone. Here's Chan. Chan fires, sends it out wide. Cincinnati clears, sends it all the way back down. Icing called. .225 left in the second period as we go all the way back down to the Cincinnati zone for the draw after the icing call. Taking the draw, Steven Lukes wins it out, sends it out to far of center, out to the line to Kirk, out to the other side to Doucette. Doucette chips it in deep to Lukes. Sent all the way back out to the blue line. Doucette causing trouble, forcing along the boards. Cincinnati trying to clear, got Middle on the boards. Two minutes remaining in the second period as they send it up close. Purdue able to get it back into their offensive zone. Then Lukes gets it down. Puck's it all the way to the other side to Kirk as he sends it up along the boards to create a push. Here's Lukes back at center ice. Sends it in deep to Cincinnati zone. As Purdue finishes off the change, here's Goring. Goring tries to find someone at the center, no one there but a Bearcat. Good poke there by Doucette as Kirk chips it back in. Here's Favre. Favre off the backhand, tries to get it in. Here's a little mess in front of it. Batcher sees it. He's on top of it. Whistle blown. Another opportunity there for Batcher. He makes a quick stop and save as he lays on top of that puck. Byrne causing him trouble, trying to get it in. Good puck tracking by Batcher right there to make sure that he got on top of it. He knew where it was the entire time. And once he had the opportunity, stoppage play. Ready in the Cincinnati zone. It's fought over. Here's Toby. Toby sends it out to the line. Fires in close. Batcher tried grabbing with the gloves, unable to hold on to it. Here's Byrne, sends it back along the boards. Kim fighting a board battle. Puck sent in close on the back of the net. 1 minute remaining. As Cincinnati clears the zone, they're going to try for the fast break on along the left side. They're going to dump it in deep. Here's Wheeler, sending it out to the other side, ahead to Kim. Kim lost track, sends it up ahead. Here come the Boilermakers along the left side. They're going to dump it in behind the net. As they try and push it once more in, the defenseman's in the way. Here's Byrne going for the wraparound, looking. Finding a lane open, sends it into the chest of Batcher. He's not able to hold on to it as Toby fights the board battle. Kim looking, tries, shot, and gets it in! Another goal! A little bit of pushing and shoving. There's a little bit of taunting going on. Toby buries another one. Very successful senior night for Ben Toby. He scores the shorthand and pokes it in past. Toby's going to get called for a little after the fact roughage. He's going to serve two. Goal still good, though. Boilermakers lead 5-0. Redovy dropped to center ice. Boilermakers are going to go on the man disadvantage. And Cincinnati picks up a power play. Cincinnati's been unsuccessful on the power play as of tonight. They let in 1 goal on the man advantage. And as the seconds wind down in the second period, we'll go into the third. Whistle blown and stopped before, and a little scruffage down on the other side of the neck. Both tell you, some people taking exception. A little bit of fighting going on as Pickett knocks a man down. Olgas is sorted out. Refs pull them apart, and it was Pickett. And there's a bucket on the ground. We'll go to an intermission, and we'll be back in a couple minutes while those stripes sort this out. Some penalties incoming, some consequences incoming as both men were thrown on the ground. We'll be right back in a couple minutes with some more third period action. My name's Aiden Rodney. We'll see you back, and as always, boiler up. Welcome back, Boiler fans, as we get set for some third period action here at Bulldog Park in Crown Point, Indiana. It's a brisk 16 degrees Fahrenheit tonight as the Boilermakers lead 5-0 over the Cincinnati Bearcats. Going into the third period, we'll have 1 minute and 46 seconds of power play for the Cincinnati Bearcats as Ben Toby serves the last 1 minute 46 of his minor. We'll get set here in a couple seconds, for the opening face-off of the third period, where Boilers look to record 2 shutouts in the weekend. Like Pickett will also be joining Toby in the box after the scrum that they had at the end of the second period. It looks like it'll be a major, so won't take a man off the ice, but he'll be serving nonetheless. Damian Chan to take the initial draw for the Boilermakers. Owen joining his teammate in the box. Looks like he was a part of it too. Puck dropped 1 out by Cincinnati, sends it back behind their own net as they look to push forward. The last time the Boilermakers were on the disadvantage, they were able to successfully clear, and the time before that they scored their own goal, so they've been pretty good on the penalty kills thus far on the weekend, and they'll look to continue that streak. As Doucette knocks it back into the Cincinnati zone, they'll be forced to recollect and push forward. Both Chants on the ice, backed up by Doucette and Kirk as Cincinnati pushes ahead. Back at center ice, Cincinnati unable to get into the zone as Chan is able to clear it once more. Minute left on the man advantage for Cincinnati. Here comes Cincinnati finally getting into the offensive zone as they try and center shot, taking it on Mitnock, send it out wide. Dangerous situation there for Mitnock. He went to the right side. Luckily that puck went out wide, didn't get it in. Puck sent deep into behind the net for the Boilermakers as Wheeler gets it clear. Here comes Cincinnati left side, takes a low shot at Mitnock. He makes an easy save as Cincinnati stays in the zone. Kirk able to collect in front of the net, sends it out to the left side, looking for Graff. Graff can't get a stick on it. The Cincinnati's going to look to push ahead. Sends a wide shot on Mitnock, looking for the deflection in, not able to find one. Wheeler looking to clear the zone. He's going to be able to do so. He's got a fast break. He's all alone. He's going around the right side. He's going to get another opportunity on the short-hander. He's going to try. Looks, he gets it buried back in. He gets another short-handed goal for the Boilermakers. Right as the power play expires for Cincinnati, Wheeler comes in on the fast break and buries another one for Purdue. They now lead 6-0. Boilermakers take another commanding lead over the Cincinnati, leading 6-0 into the third period. 18:09 left in the game. Matt Wheeler with the goal there as Byrne takes the initial draw for the Boilermakers. Back in the Boilermakers zone, Matthew Wheeler gets the credit for the goal, unassisted, as the Boilermakers fight to get it back down. Back at center ice now, Cincinnati regains control in their own zone. Toby back behind the Cincinnati net, causes him some trouble. Gets it poked in by Byrne, keeps it in. Cincinnati fighting towards center ice. They've turned it off the boards. Boilermakers try and clear it in as Byrne takes a hit. Here's Kim. Kim on the right side looking for a way in, leaves it out behind for him for Toby. Burn calling for the puck at the line, unable to see him and get the pass off. Here's Burn back behind the net now. Sends it out to the left side to Kirk. Kirk chips it in close. He's going to get sent towards the goaltender. He's not going to cover. He's going to chip it out all the way back down to the Boilermaker side. Both teams go for the change as Doucette knocks it up forward. Chipped up ahead as Purdue finishes their change. Purdue gets a good chip back to the Cincinnati side. Cincinnati flicks it in towards Mitnock. It's intercepted by the defenseman, Doucette. Here comes Damian Chan on the right side. Tries for the shot, gets chipped off the skate of a defender. In fact, back along the board, sends it out to the left side for Doucette. Doucette chips it in for Campagna, unable to keep a hold of it. Sends it in front towards Batcher. Gets it cleared out to the center ice. Here comes Cincinnati on the right side. They're going to look for the fast break, look for a shooting lane. Tries it, sends it in the chest of Mitnock, who makes a good stop there. We'll go to the dot. Two shorthanded goals in this event tonight alone makes Boilermakers 6-0 at Bulldog Park. Veracini to take the draw for the Boilermakers. As it sends back to Owen on the boards. Cincinnati able to regain control. Sends a shot on Mitnock, who sticks it away. They try put it in close, look for the wraparound, unable to find anything, pick it along the boards. And Campagna sends it ahead. Here comes Chan. Chan tries deking in close. Batcher gets it on the stick and covers. Boys getting a little testy on the ice, had a few words for each other. Nothing happening as of yet. As Purdue goes for offensive change. They send number 89, Stephen Lukes, to the dot. Here comes Cincinnati. As Lukes takes it away back behind, or Farb, pardon, takes it away back behind the net. Here's Farb on the left side. He's going to fly in close. He's going to look for a shooting lane, trying to get it in close. Batcher kicks it away. Sends it out to the line to Pickett. Pickett firing to the other side, looking for Owen. A little hard of a pass. They're going to try and get it in close. Owen, Farb almost had the opportunity. If he had a stick on, he might have been able to get it past Batcher. Here's Pickett, sends it in close and low. Batcher kicks it away. Puck sent back behind the Cincinnati net. As Lukes keeps it in. The Boilermakers doing a good job keeping it in their offensive zone. As Cincinnati finally gets it all the way back to on the other side as the Boilermakers beat off the icing. Here's Graff. Graff kicks it back to center ice, clicks it up and out. Here's Young. Young chips it back behind the net, looking for a way in front. Here's Graff at the blue line. Sends it, chips it back deep, looking for Wheeler along the side. Wheeler sends it in short, right in front, looking for the deflection in by Andrew Chan. Unable to find it. Chan gets it on the left side. Chan pressed along the boards by 2. Sends it on the other side. Cincinnati needs to find a way to get back into the offensive zone. They're going to be able to get it past the line. Tries a shot on Mitnock, who grabs it by the glove and stops play. 14-11 left in the game. Mitnock picks up another save as we go to the dot in the Boiler zone. Young to take the draw for the Boilermakers. Flanked by Chan, Wheeler, and Kirk. Puck dropped, sent out, won by Cincinnati to the blue line. On the right side boards, they try and get it in close, the men in the way. Puck chipped up. Puck came flying up at me, but we're all right, so we'll get right back into it. Young to take the draw for the Boilermakers. Pushing along the boards. A little bit of a scary situation there as the puck came flying up towards the broadcast booth, but we got reassurances from everybody. We're all right up here. Puck sent back deep into the Cincinnati zone. Cincinnati looking to clear it up and out. Back at the line now. Graf whiffs on a stoppage, and Cincinnati's going to go try for the fast break. Kirk's got him, and Graf. Kirk with a good shot block there with a stick as he's able to get it along the boards. Puck sent all the way back down the Cincinnati side. Icing waved off as they got there first. Back in the Boiler zone now. Owen flicks it back to center ice. Here's Toby sending it close for Byrne to chase. Byrne's going to look for the wraparound. Going to try and find a lane open. Tries it on and gets it in. Got the deflection in. Boilermakers take another goal. Good little move there by Byrne to get the wraparound, get it to the other side, and gets the tap in for the Boilermakers, making it 7-0, 12:45 left in the game. Ben Toby with the goal. John Byrne to take the draw for the Boilermakers at center ice. Puck drop, one out by Cincinnati. Owen chipped it back to the center. John Byrne picks up the official assist on Ben Toby's goal as Batcher gets on top of the puck to save. Byrne to take the draw for the Boilermakers in the offensive zone. Loses it out Cincinnati, who's going to look to get it up and out. Cincinnati has it center ice now looking. Good check there by the Boilermakers. Keeps it back at center. Regaining control, Cincinnati enters the zone, chips it in close to Mitnock. Pickett gets a good interception, not letting it get there and up and out of play. Back at center ice now, Boilermaker zone. Maricini to take the draw. Dropped and drawn on as Campagna and Graf look to clear the zone. They're going to be able to do so back at center ice. Cincinnati chips it back in. Graf there to take it. Graf flicks ahead, looking for Damian Chan. Flicks it back into the Boiler zone. Here's Ott. Ott looking for a way out. Flicks it along the boards. Graf getting ahead. Fighting along the boards now as Maricini tries to get it out. Here's Graf, sends it to Cincinnati, tries the shot on. Maricini got in the crouch block and got it away as Graf takes it away in the back behind the net. Here's Campagna flicking it ahead, looking for the stick of Maricini. On to take it. Cincinnati intercepts. Cincinnati gets the centering pass. They're going to try and rip it. Campagna in the way. Got a good shot block there, preventing a good opportunity. Maricini's hurt. He's headed towards the bench. Here's Graf back behind the net, looking to push ahead. He's going to find him, Chan on the side. Chan's pass to the left side's intercepted. Cincinnati takes control, sends it back behind the net. Kirk sends it back to the right side to Graf. Graf flicks up ahead for Damian Chan. Chan's pass once again intercepted as they struggle to pass it center ice. They get it flipped down deep and icing called. Goring was a little too late there. Puck's going to be brought all the way back down to the Boilers side after that unsuccessful clear attempt. Going to the right side draw now on 89, Stephen Lukes to take the draw for the Boilermakers. Puck drawn to one, Kirk ready. Sends it up towards center ice. Here's Lukes. Lukes going along the left side, gets it into the zone. Dodges a big hit into the bench. Goring fights the board battle. Tries to get it in close towards the netminder. Kirk fighting along the boards to keep it in. He's going to be able to do so. He's going to fight for center ice. Unable to do it as it gets pushed all the way back. Sent in deep. Whistle blown. Offsides. A little bit of a scrum going on in front of the neck as Batcher looks to grab the puck. Ready to go back to neutral ice after the face-off call, or the offsides call, is Stephen Lukes for Purdue. Puck drop won by Cincinnati, sent it all the way back to Batcher, who's going to cover, and we'll try that again. He's going to leave it out for Cincinnati. Boilermakers trying to fight to keep it in the zone. Cincinnati's going to try and push ahead. Doucette with a good poke, keeps it back in the Cincinnati zone. Cincinnati pushing along the right side, trying to get it in. Sent back behind Doucette, fighting along the boards. Young comes out with it, sends it out to the line to Farb. Farb's going to race down the right, looking for fight for center. Farb trying the shot on Batcher, gets deflected off, looks for the redirection from Cheslock, unable to find anything. Owen back at center ice, sends it out to the side to Kirk. Kirk looks ahead, tries to get the pass off to Farb, hits the stick a little too hard, gets sent all the way back behind the net. Cincinnati fights for center ice as Boilermakers make it difficult. Here's Andrew Chan, he slips up to the center. Here comes Cincinnati back in their own zone as Myung goes to give him some trouble. Chan keeps it in. Chan's going to get an excellent opportunity to try and get a shot ripped off. Batcher's in the way. 9 minutes remaining in the game as Wheeler has it at center. Wheeler fights to keep it in. Pickett fires, sends it into the shoulder of Batcher, who knocks it away. Pass intercepted by Cincinnati, who gets sent all the way back down to the Boiler zone. Mitnock makes the stop and gets it sent away. Here's Pickett, back behind the net. He's going to try and fly forward. Pickett looking to dump deep. Batcher comes out to stop. Byrne giving him trouble. Here's Wheeler. Wheeler looking for a lane. Tries on Byrne. Batcher gets stopped up. Byrne gets a little shoved, but play stops. 8:19 left in the period as Boiler takes a commanding lead of 7-0. Byrne to take the draw in the offensive zone for the Boilermakers. One out by Cincinnati. Tries to get a blue line graph. Chips it back in straight into the chest of Batcher, who covers once more. Batcher's getting called out for a replacement as number 31 comes in at a tender change at 8:12 left in the game. Goaltender change takes out Batcher as we have a new goaltender. I apologize, I do not have the name. I didn't get the score sheet today. No, goaltender's number is 31. Some slick brown pads. Cincinnati able to clear the zone, gets it all the way back out to the Boilers. Purdue able to clear it out to Graff. Graff to Towie. Towie sends it out to Byrne on the right side. Byrne's going to try and sends it into the glove of the Miner. Gets a good save to start. 7:42 left in the clock. John Byrne again to the draw. Puck sent out to the Boilers, who chip it in deep. Here comes Cincinnati, being able to get a good clear, sends it out to the right side, lose a little bit of control, but get into the zone nonetheless. Here's Pickett, sending it out to the left side. Ott fighting along the boards. He looks to trip and get it out. Kim continues the effort. Here's Toby back on the center ice. He's going to fight one man. He's got Kim behind him. Kim following up on Toby's heels. Looks to try and get a centering pass. Is pressed along the boards. Back behind the Cincinnati net now as it gets sent in front. Puck's in all the way back down to the Purdue side as Doucette, fights it. Cincinnati gets a good shot on Mitnock. He makes it down in the butterfly save. Doucette coming back at center ice. He's going to flick it up and towards the new goaltender. Gets a save there. Down to the other side now, Boilermakers change while Cincinnati goes for the trade as Damian Chan fights along the right side. He's got some speed. He's going to try and fight towards the center. Teeks him out. He makes it get down, and it hits the ping of the bar. And out of play. Up and out of play, forces it back to Cincinnati zone. Maricini to take the draw for the Boilermakers. Puck drop won by Cincinnati. And they're going to fight along the left side, sends it up ahead. Here's Campagna. He's going to send it towards Mitnock, who knocks it behind the goal. They're going to try and shot out and wide on Mitnock. Didn't have to do much there. Pressed along the boards now by Doucette. Cincinnati's trying to get a centering pass, unable to find one, given trouble by Campagna. Here's Chan. Flicks it up and towards the netminder. 5:40 left in the game as Purdue goes for the change. Cincinnati going to go for the fast break. He's got a 1-on-2. He's going to try, sends it out wide on Mitnock. Here's Owen on the right side. He's going to look ahead, get the pass off to Farb. Farb gets it across the line. Sends it to Owen in front. Owen tries for the shot. The guy got it down in the crouch block. Tries save. Tries another shot. Unable to get it to go through. As Pickett fights along the boards, gets pressed into the bench. Purdue fighting, looking. Farb tries, sends it, gets poked away. Owen tries another shot inwards, unable to find a lane as Cincinnati gets a good clear and a change. Here's Pickett, gets taken out. Puck sent up and away as Cincinnati looks to clear the zone. Here's Lukes. Luke sends it back behind the net. Ott looking to get it in close. Tries for the deflection off of Luke's. Unable to find anything as the new minder sets on top of it. A little more of a scrum going on as another man comes on top. Both teams obviously very heated tonight as they work it out. We'll be right back once the refs figure out this scruffle. Looks like we'll get some people sent off and some staying. Looks like we'll get men sent to the box for this. Alley number 42, Drake Ott. We'll wait on the official call. Ott's coming out. It looks like he's going to go back to the locker room for the night. Looks like it'll be a major, get him off the ice for the night. Looks like number 50, Noah Farb's going to serve too. Stripes making sure everything's written down correctly. Yep, got a 5-minute major. He'll just go back to the locker room for the night as there's less than 5 minutes left. And Flower will serve in the box. Boilermakers will be down a man for the rest of the evening. As Damian Chan takes the steps to the draw for the Boilermakers. Kirk sends it up high, looking for the clear, unable to do so. Cincinnati stops it. Puck sent in, good shot blocked by Kirk, and here comes Andrew Chan on the shorthand. Here pass up to Damian Chan, he goes on the right side, fires, sends it out. Good save there by the new netminder for Cincinnati. Chan causing poke problems for Cincinnati as they try and get back in the zone. 4 minutes remaining. Here's Doucette. Forcing the zone clear as Cincinnati gets it puck back. Puck chipped in deep for Kirk to try and clear, unable to get it out as Chan fights to get the block. Purdue, good sent out there by Chan as Mitnock had a shot taken at him. Chan's able to get the full clear. Here comes Cincinnati as they look to push it up towards. Owen gets the puck back. He's going to clear it up again, all the way back behind the Cincinnati net. Cincinnati looking to get some momentum, trying to get at least one goal on the weekend, and they're going to get a chance here. There's good stick lift there by Owen as he prevents the break. Cincinnati sends it back behind the Boiler net. Owen looking to clear to send it up. He's going to get the full clear as Kim goes to chase. Cincinnati fighting to get it into the zone. They're going to be able to do so. They're going to go look to the left side, trying to find a lane in, unable to find one. Purdue's playing some good defense here. Unable to find a shooting lane, they're going to dump it back behind the Purdue net. Push it out towards the right boards, back to the blue line. Cincinnati looking to push it in. Owen giving him trouble. They're going to send it shot towards Mitnock. He knocks away with a stick. Pickett looking for the clear, unable to do so. The man was in the way. Owen with a good check there, gets it cleared, and another full clear for Aiden Owen for less than 2 minutes remaining in the game. Boilermakers get a good change there as Cheslock gets a good hand on it and prevent the breakaway. Kirk gets a good flip up and out as they get another opportunity. Boilermakers in possession, send it all the way back down to the Cincinnati side as Cheslock looks to chase. Cincinnati looking to push it ahead. Sends it out to the left side. They're going to try for the breakout. Owen on him. Looks to poke it away. Can't get the shot off. They're going to try Mitnock on the wraparound. Looking for a passing lane, shooting lane, or something. Unable to find one. Tries it on Mitnock. Sends it off the post. Stop. Sends it out of play. Lucky post there for Mitnock as he was out of position. Gets it off the post and out of play. 57 seconds left in the game. Cheslock to head to center for the draw. Backed up by Pickett and Owen. Flanked by Goring. Puck shit on Mitnock. He knocks it away. Cincinnati looking to break the deadlock they've been in since yesterday. Not being able to score goals. Shot taken on Mitnock. He swallows it. And send Cheslock to the center position. Cincinnati wins it out, sends it to the right wing. They take a shot on Mitnock, who swallows it once more. Mitnock's got 35 seconds left to complete the shutout, following his partner, Norris. Lukes will take the draw for the Boilermakers, who wins it out. Pickett sends it along the glass, not able to get the clear. Luke's able to get the clear, however. As they push it out, Kirk's going to look to slap it ahead. 20 seconds left as Cincinnati regains control. They're going to try and make one last push to maybe score one on the outdoor series. Pass sent, looked for Kirk, sent all the way back down, and that should be it. Unless Cincinnati tries one more break. From all of us here at Purdue Hockey, we thank you for listening to these two streams. It's been a chilly weekend, but we love bringing you these streams. And as Mitnock completes his shutout, the second one of this weekend, following his partner Norris last night. My name's Aiden Rodney. If you have any comments or want to say anything about the stream, please let us know on Instagram or Facebook. We love hearing from you. We love taking suggestions. We'll see you next year. This is our last home series of the game. We'll see you all next year. My name's Aiden Vrotny, and as always, Boiler up.